Hi guys, Mark here. Welcome again to Poole Moto. Well, today we've got something completely different in the form of Cfmoto's Cforce 625 Touring Quad. Stay tuned and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Well, hi guys, Mark here, and as I said, welcome today to something very different. Today we're testing out the Cfmoto Cforce 625 Touring, and very kindly loaned to me by Poole Moto. So we just run through the specs on this awesome quad. They're coming in price £7,999 plus the on-the-road charge. This is powered by a 580cc single-cylinder 4-stroke liquid-cooled 4-valve single overhead cam. It's putting out 40 horsepower at 6,750 RPM. It has Bosch EFI fuel injection, 49 newton meters of torque at 5,250 RPM. It's got a 530mm seat on it, which I guess is from there to the floor here. Have a look at me getting on the quad. You can just sort of see how it fits me. I'm 5'7" tall with a 30-inch inside leg. I weigh about 75 kilos, just so you can compare for yourself how this fits you. Got 270mm of ground clearance. It's got a 7.25 metre turning circle. And this has electronic power steering. So a CVT, continuously variable transmission. Just push the throttle, accelerator and go, so no clutch, no gears to worry about. Tyres on these, got 25/8 on the front, all-terrain tyres, and 25/10 on the rear. Weight on these, 395 kilograms wet weight. (18-litre) fuel tank. There's a 600 kilograms towing capacity and 875 kilograms off-road towing capacity. It's got switchable 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. Disc brakes all round, CBS combined braking system. So we have a front brake in the usual place over there, and round on this side we have a foot brake. So it's got double A-arm independent suspension. Hopefully you can see that in there. LCD screen with lots of info. We'll have a look at that in a minute. As I said, EPS, electronic power steering. We've got preload adjustable shocks all round. LEDs all round as well. Got a convenient little storage there. A very, very comfortable seat if you need to take a passenger. We have electronic winch. These are available in like a camo colour, a grey, this blue or a red. Access for the oil dipstick down there. So there we are, guys. Cfmoto Cforce 625 Touring. Let's take her for a spin. Right then, Cfmoto Cforce 625 Touring Quad. Let's try this out. So before we hoverboard, just show you a few more things. We have a cigarette lighter 12-volt socket there, a USB. So this is your gear selector. So we're currently in P for parking. You've got reverse, neutral, high range and low range. Okay, and it looks here that you can get like big sort of like top box storages that click into here. That's quite a useful thing if you need storage. It's going to fit on there, and the same on the front there. So that's a nice useful addition. So hop aboard, very, very easy. Feels very, very big compared to a motorcycle. So we'll just talk about all these controls. So you've got all your lights there, high beam, low beam. You've got your engine start, indicators, hazards, engine kill switch, horn, winch in and out there. Obviously very nice dash there. We'll look at that in a minute. Standard sort of hydraulic front brake there. We have a thumb operated throttle and your parking brake here as well. So to start up, quite simply just push the button. Single cylinder, 580cc, it's got a nice throb, makes a really good noise. There's your selectable 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive there. So we push forwards into high range. It shows you high on the dash there. We've got revs, speedo, odometer, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, clock, temperature gauge, gear position. So a nice LCD display there. Parking brake, pull off, and basically just hit the button there and away we go. So revs rise, and there's your centrifugal clutch just taking up. It's all very smooth, and away we go. Okay, let's talk about the quad in the usual fashion. Just run through all the features and how it rides. So just starting off with the mirrors, very, very good clear mirrors. Get a good view behind. I can see about 20% of my elbows, but all in all an excellent view behind. The riding position, as you'd expect from a quad, is totally upright, very, very commanding position. So if you were riding this all day, absolutely no problem at all. With comfort, the seat is super comfortable, plenty of sort of leg room if you're a taller guy, and very, very sort of smooth engine. Feel a little bit of vibrations coming through the footboards, but all in all nothing through the seat or the bars. The LCD display there, very informative with all the things you need: speedo, revs, temperature, fuel gauge, all that sort of stuff. So top marks for the LCD dash there. All the controls, the switch gear, very, very tactile. All the indicators, high and low beam, horn, all that sort of stuff, very easy. You've got lots of features on the quad, like a front storage, rear storage, and you've got the option of putting the big sort of like top box on the front and the rear, further enhancing its storage capabilities. Engine is super torquey, 40 horsepower, but it's got lots and lots of low down pulling power. So I can imagine these are being worked on farms, you know, climbing up hills all day long. You'd have your border collie dog on the rear there with a trailer, and yeah, so it would be a very, very good workhorse, this quad, I would say. Picks up the speed very well. Lots of low down pull from that engine, ideal for pulling up hills. So absolutely perfect in that respect. Brakes, you've got twin discs up front, good strong power there, and you've got CBS combined braking on the rear. So when you put the rear brake on, it operates the front a little bit as well. You've got preload adjustable front and rear suspension with lots of travel. You do find when you ride it on the road, with those sort of like off-road tyres, it does sort of wallow a little bit, but obviously it's made for off-road mainly, so you probably need to put road tyres on this if you're riding on road a lot. But for off-road, I have no doubt at all the suspension and those tyres will be absolutely fantastic, with lots of traction and ability to pull you up hills, no problem whatsoever. Right, so it slows down very quickly with lots of engine braking. So we're going to put this into P for parking. There you go. We're going to put on the handbrake, which is quite a push. Just give you one more little look at that LCD dash. And we'll turn it off. Right, let's have a little final look round. So yeah, so that was a lot of fun, short but sweet, but hopefully it'll give you an idea of what this is like. So let's have another little walk round. So here's these off-road tyres. They're not very high pressure, and there is quite a bit of a, you know, if you use it on road, it does sort of wobble a bit and, you know, weave a bit, but it's designed for off-road. You've got disc brakes all around, pre-load adjustable shocks. But looking in there, all the build quality looks good. Looks like you've got an auxiliary socket there for the obviously the trailer 7-pin. Got all the general build quality. It looks very, very tough. Looks well built. There's your trailer winch down in there. Don't know if you can see that. Front shocks. Your coolant in there. All the plastics look decent. I mean, bear in mind these are going to get absolutely hammered, aren't they? It's got a very snazzy front to it with LEDs. There's your radiator up in there. But no, I think I like this sort of storage capability. You can put big boxes up here. So yeah, electronic power steering. Nice hand guards. It's a CVT transmission. I have taken someone on the back, and apparently it is very, very comfortable there. This does all come out with, you've got a little lever here that lifts it all out. So yeah, there you go guys. So something a bit different. Cfmoto's Cforce 625 touring quad, but there you go. If you're into off-road and working off-road, and maybe you're a farmer, take a look at one of these. Alright guys, well, post your comments down below. Be keen to know what you think about these, and I will speak to you soon, and ride safe, and bye for now.